Well, we're excited that it's episode 69, at least, for the Open Mic Podcast. Welcome back to the Open Mic Podcast. I'm your host, Noah Jones, and I'm joined here by two grown-ass men talking about their band, I Told You, Not I Told You So. Don't get it wrong. I already did that once, and I got scolded. I'm joined by Andre Robinson, the drummer of the band I Told You, and Skip Taylor, the lead singer and guitarist. How are you guys doing today?
Doing good.
Turn up.
Excellent. Turned up we are. And, why don't we just sort of start with introductions? Tell us a little bit about yourselves. Let's start with you, Skip, since you're right in front of me.
All right. Skip Taylor, stage name, so people that know who I am know who I am. But for other purposes, it's Skip. Like he said, play guitar, some other things, and then hype up the front.
Awesome.
This guy's over here being nice, man. He over here being modest. You know what I'm saying? We try to be respectful. You know what I'm saying? But nah, man. I just play the drums. I beat the skins, whatever you want to call it. You know what I'm saying? We turn up every night. I appreciate everybody, man. Shout out to my man Noah for having us here so we could do our thing. You know what I'm saying? But I just try to bring something from my heart to the instrument. You know what I'm saying? I don't care how you play the drums. I don't care how you play the guitar. I don't care how you sing. Just bring your heart to it. Bring your passion. Don't worry about what people think of how you do it. If you play the flute how you want to play the flute. Don't let people influence you or tell you how to play the flute. If it's in your heart, if it sounds good to you, it'll probably sound good to somebody else. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm here to motivate. You know what I'm saying? If you go to YouTube, watch us, I Told You. You know what I'm saying? We got videos, we got
He does
music,
more than beat
we got
the
everything.
skins.
You know what I'm saying? But that's what he
He's
appreciates
a perfect
me
compliment
for.
back
He
there.
he appreciates me playing the drums more than I appreciate me playing drums. I don't really care. You know
He's
what I'm
being
saying?
modest.
He know I'm gonna turn up. But see, I let him do his thing, man. It's a beautiful thing. But follow us, man, and just go listen to the music. We want your feedback. That's what I care about more than anything. We want your feedback. We know it's great, but we want y'all to know it's great too. So, you know what I'm saying? That's it. That's where we're gonna stop.
Well, awesome. So we're going to get a chance to listen to one of your songs in just a bit. But first, let's talk a little bit about I Told You. Talk to me about how you guys started, where you guys coming from, musical background, musical history, why you guys play the music that you play, stuff like that.
All right. I'll go first. He just got off a rant, so
Turn up.
He's got to catch his breath.
he's got to catch his breath. No, musical background, I just loved listening to music. My dad, my mom, everybody had their own little styles. I grew up listening to everything, though, so my dad told me that when I was little, I would sit in the back and just flip through the stations, or he would flip through the stations, and I would sit in the back, and it would hit something random, like opera, and I'd be back there trying to do it with my voice. And he's like, well, I just let him do it, you know? So growing up with that and listening to everything, I think is one thing that actually gives us a lot of our influence as well. And then that's the perfect compliment for Dre, too. I mean, when I first looked at him, I was like, oh, yeah, he used to rap. He was a rap producer, and he makes beats. So I was like, this will be nice. I'll have, a beat maker, but live. When I first started doing that, I actually got a hold of, we had a bass player at the beginning. That was my buddy John that I lived with in college, and I was just tired of not doing music anymore. So I couldn't find anybody that was serious enough, didn't want to do it myself just because I like to share that spotlight and I like to have those other aspects of something I can't do in the band. So called him up. He said, I'm actually starting a band with a drummer. So came down and met. It was Dre. A lot of history happened. We dropped the bass player and then ended up together just following on with the original music. So we started out, we were going to do covers. We would be waiting for other members of the band to show up, and then while we were doing that, I would just start playing something. And then Dre told me months later, he's like, you know why I fuck with you, man? He's like, you gave me the face. I said,
Ooh.
the face? I was like, what's the face? He's like, that, ooh, damn. And he's like, you were playing your own song, though, when I did the face. And he's like, that's why we stopped right there doing covers. Like, as much as we can, we just pursued that. And then here we
that's
are
cool.
today. Yeah.
But you guys do a pretty good job of dipping between different genres of music. And as you were sort of referencing earlier, that's because of your sort of childhood where you're flipping through and just trying to mimic whatever you could.
Yeah.
But I think that also helps keep things fresh and interesting.
I agree.
And I've tried before to write songs that don't sound folk poppy, but I just can't do it. So I'm a little envious that you're able to sort of dip into the country or the hip hop or whatever style you're aiming at. Talk to me a little bit about that.
Well, I don't know how I do it, honestly.
Okay.
I think it's just something intrinsic, just from all that musical background, I guess you call it. You know, I just taught myself because my neighbor who wanted me to play guitar taught himself, so he would not teach me. So I had to learn that, and I learned different ways, and I never learned the proper way of doing things. And then it just came from, you know, basically freestyling everything that I came into touch with. In that same aspect, people ask us a lot, you know, I'm sure performing, like, hey, what kind of music do you play? And I just tell them good.
Well, there you go.
It's like, good, you know? They're
Yeah.
like, no, like, what kind of music? I was like,
I mean, they don't care till they hear it. Nobody cares. Nobody cares how good your music is when they see you. It's just about afterwards. Can they say, oh, man, this guy had me playing a work party, y'all. You know what I'm saying? One of the best times I ever had in my life. But we play a work party with OG musicians. And they telling us that we going in. How you telling us we going in? So, you know what I'm saying? That's back to his question about the name. For me, the name represents everybody that told somebody they couldn't do something. Or somebody that ain't have nobody behind them or no support. I told you. But see, the worst part about it is when it really happens, all the people that we told, they gonna be upset.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
that's okay because that's what it was supposed to do. We thought about, like you said, marketing. You know what I'm saying? Aggravation is 13% marketing. You know what I'm saying? You gotta, you know what I'm saying? The newspaper don't interest me unless it make me salty. I don't really go to Complex or Media Takeout unless it makes me salty. They do. TMZ does a great job of making me salty. Like, I hate them, but I click. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it's about. So I respect you, low-key, because low-key, you still got a heart in your media. It's not a lot of people that care about the people behind. You know what I'm saying? We could give you an interview and you could go do whatever you wanted with it. Right. Or you could do what I know you're going to do with it, and you're going to show love to it, and you're going to appreciate it, and you're going to take it to the next level, and you're going to take yourself to the next level. That's what it's about. But we want to really do it for everybody. Like you said, I play the drums for everybody that, okay, my mom used to say, she used to tell pastors, I don't know how Dre plays the drums at church because Dre has no rhythm. Okay? So I grew up with real drummers telling me, "Oh, you're off. Oh, why you're not where I'm at? Why you don't hit where I'm hitting?" So I grew up people telling me, low-key, you can't play the drums because you don't play like me. Y'all think drumline is a joke? That is real. But see, y'all don't really care. That was real though. That man was able to learn the licks in his mind and apply the same lick that you would read off your paper onto the drum. He was able to take that into his mind and duplicate it. I can do that myself. But a lot of people in the business, they don't respect that. So low-key, I do this for all the drummers out there that have had them doors closed because you can't read music, because you can't syncopate, because you don't know time signature. Tell them I told you did it. So you can do it. You know what I'm saying? I'm here for y'all. You know what I'm saying? I swear I'm here for y'all.
he always brings a story back. It's amazing.
I'm just saying though, like I'm just saying, like that's what it's about. It's about all the people that have been told that they couldn't do something. So that's what we represent. That's what we're gonna bring. Like he said, it doesn't really matter what the music is. It's about the feeling. Like you said, I feel like a lot of people make country music because that's all they go through. Like he said. When I was growing up, you don't want to talk about that. I went from drive-by shootings to Alanis Morissette homes. You know what I'm saying? I love Jewel. You know why? Because I appreciated that when I was living in those areas. If I would have stayed in the slums, if I would have stayed in the hood, I probably would have never made it there musically. You know what I'm saying? People pull up on me now. They're like, Dre, you're not listening to Gucci Mane. You're listening to Najee. I listen to Najee for Adam because I appreciate Adam. I appreciate Adam's musical selection.
I don't listen to Najee.
You know what I'm saying? But I have to, because as a drummer, I'm the heartbeat. That's another thing. Drummers be the heartbeat. Take care of your band. Don't leave them hanging because you might not have it. Like you said, we don't have a bass player, but that don't mean we can't do it.
Yeah, so I recently watched a video today of you guys playing at, I believe it's the Happy Grape, where if that's not the venue, I apologize, but I think that's the background.
That's
where
it.
You guys are playing at one end of the backyard patio area, and then you're walking around, and that's a baller move. I can't do that. Talk to me a little bit about, like, you guys are very comfortable obviously performing like that. Talk to me a little bit about, did it take a while to get into that sort of mood, or was there a moment where you were just kind of like, no, this is like interaction is what we want?
What took me a while to get there was the fundage to buy the equipment, you know.
Britney Spears mic.
Yeah. So, well, it's more Justin Timberlake, but
I grew up calling it a Britney Spears mic.
Oh, shit. Okay, well, I'll take Britney Spears.
The JT.
Yeah. So, anyways, this is funny because I'm one of those people that like if somebody tells me to do something and I think it's correct, I just go do it as soon as I possibly can. I think it's that kind of attitude that's going to propel this band too, because he has it as well, like he said. But yeah, he told me, you need to move more. And I was like, I can't move because I move so much. I can't find the mic. And half the time I wear sunglasses because I close my eyes. But it gives the illusion that I'm still looking at people. Sorry, I just gave out the secret, damn it. Well, anyways.
We look at y'all, don't worry.
Yeah, so I would be moving, but I couldn't find anything. I'm like, screw this. Let's get a wireless mic. I'll get a wireless guitar, and then I feel at ease when I'm moving around, and I can get into the song more, and I can do that. And, you know, studying two-piece bands, if even right now, probably the most popular one with 21 Pilots, what do? They do a freaking show. They entertain. And I've thought that my whole career playing shows. It's like, if I was in front of $100,000 or $1 million worth of production, my song could suck and people would love it because they're watching a show.
Facts.
So I needed that. So that's what I did. And then same thing with him. He's playing one side. People can still focus on him. I'm playing over here. Nobody does that.
Yeah, well, what I appreciated the most about that video performance was that, and it came to mind because you were talking about how there are only two of you, but it doesn't really feel like a two-person show. If you're able to move around and you're giving people multiple angles to look at, it's going to keep them entertained visually, and I think that that's super, super cool. I had never thought of doing that. I don't think that my band could pull it off.
You can't be afraid. People care what other people think. You think I care? You think he care? We don't care. See, that's the problem with the world. That's why we don't got no change, because everybody care about the wrong things. But that's cool. You know what I'm saying? But we don't care. You know what I'm saying? But like he said, I guess you want to talk about where did we go to get here. Fell down plenty of times. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure he's broke.
We've only been here together playing for a year now. So live shows, basically, roughly a year. And it has been a lot of trial and error. I blew multiple amps. Right. I bought a PA system that didn't work out. And then I basically learned every step that I had to learn watching YouTube for the most part of, now I'm a sound engineer because I want my sound to sound this way, but when we go play with people with backlines, they don't really care unless you're the final band. So everybody else is just a pawn in the way. They're just like, I'm going to set the volumes and hopefully you sound good. So it's really up to you. And a lot of stuff that we have to do is like that. But I worked with the sound, and then I was like, the sound, if we can get the sound somewhat good, but we still put on a good show, people won't remember the sound. They'll remember the songs, and they'll remember the time that they had. And that's what I've always been trying to think. It's no matter how good your music is, if you don't involve people or you don't bring the crowd in and do that stuff, you're not going to go anywhere.
Right.
Honestly. The vibe. You got to catch the vibe. You take the vibe forever.
And we're so limited on what we have with two people. We have to bring a show.
Right.
So.
And then we have no lane. So If we do a rock show, we got to be in there with headbangers and stuff, and they want our stuff to go hard. Or if we do a jazz quartet situation, they want me to ride the cymbals all night. Like, it's real. Like, it's not just, that's why, like,
Reading the situation.
I'm going to drop a
playing to
gem
it.
for y'all, okay? The best musicians come from church. So if y'all out here looking for musicians or y'all looking for people to play with, go to church. Don't run the clubs. Don't be in the streets. Go to church, and you'll find it. I swear you will. The best musicians. You know why? Because every Sunday they playing 10 styles while you're with your band on Friday night, Saturday night, playing one style. You feel me? They going do 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 do. Then they going boom do cha do 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 cha do 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 cha. All in the same set. You feel me? And then people wonder why they not nice. I heard somebody say it. He said you practice once a week or 5 times a week. There's somebody out here right now that's practicing. Like, I hate that. Like, I work a job. Let's be honest with y'all. We all got to grind to get somewhere. That too, don't be a musician that's afraid to be a job. You're too tough or you're too hard to get a job. You got to have some money. Can you afford studio time? Can you afford a new pair of shoes every show you do? Huh? What do you look like every show you do? You know what I'm saying? Like somebody told me, your shoes are the most important because you're stepping on a stage, fool. You know what I'm saying? Nobody cares about nothing else but your shoes because I can tell everything about your shoes. You know what I'm saying? And low-key, shout out to my man LeBron, but any guy that wears LeBron, you're sketchy in my book, guy. I don't like you LeBron wearing guys. You know what I'm saying? You're a little sketchy, man. And that's just being honest, man. But, like, we want to just, man, be the best we can. It's a lot of mediocre bands running around Ohio and want representation. I'm here to talk about that. I understand your pain.
Got my vote.
I understand, for real. I understand your pain. Everybody running around, nobody supports me. Nobody wants to play me because you're trash, for real. You just know 1,900 people that you went to a big high school in a nice area with. You know what I'm saying? I'm sick of that. I'm sick of the politics. Like, who coming with the music? Like, come with the music because you'll make me better. You know what I'm saying? That's where I come from, that era. Lil Wayne, Jay-Z, all of them cats, they rapped hard because they wanted the next cat to rap hard. They wanted DMX to go hard. They wanted Jadakiss to go hard. Now you don't have that because it's all about, ooh, I got a pretty pink chain. I got a nice Range Rover. My girl is cute. But you don't care about the music. And it don't matter what genre you're in because Ed Sheeran and all of them cats, the chain smokers, that's hip hop. That's not no pop. Y'all kill me with that. Y'all know what's selling? Us. Me and this guy. You know what I'm saying? When I turn on the radio, I hear us. 21 Pilots got a record out right now. It sound like us. Shout out to y'all. But it sound like us.
Well, let's listen to one of your songs to let us see how much you sound like the 21 Pilots.
This one does not sound like
Yeah, this one does
Pilots.
not, man. Okay. I'm just talking about popular music without cuss words.
Sure.
No cuss words is our campaign, y'all.
Do y'all want to introduce this song or you want to talk about it afterwards?
Talk about it
Wait,
after.
let me clear that up by cussing my songs sometimes. I'm sorry. He's just out here spitting.
No,
All right,
we don't
so
cuss.
this one, unfortunately, when you asked us, I was like, well, maybe we'll get to play live. But we don't have that ability, so we're going to play a song that we recorded on a 2011 MacBook Air with free Ableton software in my basement. Couldn't actually play live drums, so we got him on the digital pad, but actual drum set. So it's a rendition of a song. It's called All for Nothing. We talked to you earlier. We almost had, professional stuff, but Ricky Mitchell's kind of in the works right now with the studio.
Yeah.
So we'll have better sounding out stuff, but here we go.
All for Nothing, man. Dope hit, man. It's going to be a radio banger, man.
She don't follow, 'cause they're all way too clean. Made it to the dark side, she's not stopping. Golden hollow, talk to swallow, to make more for the scene. And with an ass like fronting. But what's been sold, she counts her gold and diamonds in her teeth. She knows it's all for her and all for nothing. He got models he don't follow. She posts them on the screen. And if they think that's him, then that's their problem. Cold and hollow, talk to follow, to make more for the team. And with a mind like that, then there's no stopping. Pays for his sins with forced out grins and bruises on his knees. But the company he's with keeps fronting. His life's been sold, now he's controlled by corporate love motifs. He knows it's all for them and all for nothing.
All right, so that was All for Nothing. I'm here with Skip and Andre Robinson. The band's name is I Told You, and that was one of your newest songs or newer songs?
That's the newest song. I freestyled it one day. I sent it to Dre over here, and he's like, "We don't have anything recorded. Stop writing hits." He said, "Stop writing music."
I
right
need to get
now."
a hype man who responds with things like that. Wow, I tell you what.
Yeah.
The last time I wrote a song that was probably my favorite song I've written, my mandolin player says, "It's okay." So, I guess maybe I need to be in better company.
Well, see, out of all of this, no matter what's been said today, we just stand for if you want something bad enough, you can do it.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Like I said, we're recording in my basement at night. I have 2 kids, so I have to make sure everybody's sleeping, go downstairs and almost whisper sing, and then wake up in the morning, pad as much as I can, and then try to get some higher pitch stuff, and then doing it all on free software, and then sending an email to him because he's in Columbus. And then our schedules don't really mix and match, and we don't really practice that much. But still, if you practice on your own, if you do it on your own, if you need something bad enough, you'll find a way to do it. And that's kind of what the whole band stands for. That's the I Told You. That's almost this song, basically All for Nothing. The first half of it is about, well, I introduce it as this song's about porn stars and businessmen.
Okay.
Because the first half of it, it's telling a story of a woman who's basically getting all the money she needs, getting everything she needs for nothing. But the nothing is her selling herself. Whether it's out at the bar, whether it's porn, whether it's whatever. But it's all, for her, she's counting the gold and the diamonds in her teeth, and it's all for nothing. And then the second half is about the rest of us out here grinding every single day, like he said, just doing all this stuff, working for a team, not really getting anywhere. And for what's been sold, he's now controlled by corporate love motif. He knows it's all for them and all for nothing. So it plays on the words. It does a lot of this.
Well, I thought I think it's an awesome song. I agree. I think it's really, really cool, and it's super duper catchy. I heard you singing along with the guitar riffs going on. I think that it's very catchy, and I appreciate that I don't know what you call it, the meaning behind the song. I think that's maybe deeper than I expected the song to be about, and I think that it's an interesting sort of perception on reality and society as a whole.
Yeah. See,
The vibe.
I don't know, like I said before, I don't know how I do any of this stuff, but I seem to like gather.
It's a vibe.
Yeah, it's that vibe. It's the vibe.
It's the vibe.
With a
bro.
capital V, the
The
vibe.
vibe, bro.
But yeah, it has so many layers, and I think that's what's kind of cool about what we do with him and his different styles and bringing a different aspect to the band, and then me writing things that are actually super deep, but they look like something that's superficial, but it's a catchy tune, but it's a deeper meaning, and then you just, I don't know, that's kind of where I write a lot of my stuff. I like
It's classic, man.
I need people to be humming things that they don't know what they're humming, but it's
Right.
us that they heard one time.
Right.
And
Cool.
I try to incorporate that in a lot of the stuff we do.
Awesome. Well, you sent me a list of 10 questions. We'll call this light round questions that I have never done this before, so we'll see how it goes. Question number 1: if you didn't become a musician, what would you be doing right now?
You go first.
I'd be selling merch for other people,
Okay.
creating it and selling it for other people.
Okay. Cool.
Or I'd be actually doing the job that I do right now. But
This interview aside, what is the weirdest or funniest question you've been asked during an interview?
go ahead, Dre.
How many girls have I had?
That's an interesting question.
Yeah, man.
During an interview?
Yeah, man. You know, they wanted to make a list.
The
Yeah.
rap game.
Yeah, that's not very professional.
Yeah, man. You know.
So scratch number 9 off.
It was crazy. It was
I'm just
crazy,
kidding.
man. You know what I'm saying?
What about you? What's the weirdest question you've been asked?
Honestly, I've never really been interviewed.
All right, well, what was the weirdest question I asked?
I don't know. I blacked out for half this interview.
I was about
Totally
to say,
fair.
man,
I
you had
did
a real
too.
good vibe, man. You ain't been, you know what I'm saying? You've been cool.
What do you feel is the best song you've ever released, and why? That's a good one.
That we've ever released?
Don't do it, man. I already know what you're about to say. Go ahead.
No, do it. Count of 3.
Y'all
we both do it at the same
probably
time.
y'all probably won't even get this yet, because it's so flame. But we got a song called "The Pink and the Blue."
Except for it's the blue and the pink. But he says it like that all the time. So for him, it's the pink
It's
and
the
the blue.
pink and the blue.
For me, it's
You
the
know
blue
what
and the
I'm saying?
pink. We're a yin and yang kind of
You know
group.
what I'm
So
saying?
Sure. Why is that your favorite song?
Because it's ridiculous.
Oh, every time we play it, it's our finale. So if you
Yeah.
can't make any show, just make the last song.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I wanted to write something that was metal because everybody I grew up with was like metalheads.
Okay.
And I was like, I could do that. Like I said before, country song, I can do that. Metal song, I can do that. So it's our own spin on it, but it's got so much energy behind it. And I made a special guitar effect just for this song. And I don't know, we can just
Because it's
bang our
hard.
heads, yeah.
Okay.
His friends that we've met before and people I don't even know, they're just like, every song got to be that song. Every song. So
It's that real, man.
Awesome.
hope you like it. I'm not playing
Which musician would you like to collaborate with next?
I honestly was just thinking about that. I want to work with Janelle Monáe,
Okay.
because I think she's one of the only females that got her own style. I feel like every artist I've heard over the last year sound like Jhené Aiko clones. Like every artist is low-key pushed through, like he said, the motif of the industry versus us. I don't want them to be able to really put us in a box. So even with an EP or an album, I don't want y'all to expect nothing less than greatness, but it might not be what y'all want today, tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Music changes every day, and that's why we low-key never stick in the same box. But I just want everybody to know that we won't stop making good music as we progress. I hear a lot of people ask me that, like, are y'all going mainstream? But I feel like we're already mainstream because people put us on their burnt CDs with their real music. That's one thing, when I went to school, that's one thing my teacher used to say. He said, Dre, are you good enough to put your song on a CD with T-Pain's? He said, when T-Pain's song goes off, are you good enough for your song to catch? And that always stuck with me. So it's not really about how talented you are. It's about how hard you go. You know what I'm saying? It was hard for me coming into a rock band, and I played other things. But I knew in the back of my head, I'm from down south. I'm from San Antonio, Texas. I knew that Southern gospel is rock. So I remembered that I could play Southern gospel. That's why it was easy for me to kind of feel his vibe. It's all about vibe, you know what I'm saying? I couldn't be in a group with no other person but this guy because we don't argue. If I say something to this man, he listen. It might hurt his feelings. He might hurt my feelings. But I'm going to listen, and I'm going to come back to him like, dang, bro, yeah, we need to do this. That was dope. Da, 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 da. You know what I'm saying? So if you can find somebody you can argue, you don't argue with, then maybe y'all can start a band. But I know that's going to be hard. You know what I'm saying? But we never have those disagreements because we always want to grow together.
Well, that's awesome.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm talking, man. I'm turned up, man.
No.
He never gets the mic, so
that's what a podcast is for. Talking.
Turn up, man. My man Woozy, man.
I like this question a lot. On a scale of 1 to 9,401, how good is your new single compared to your last single?
Well, since there was no last single, I'm going to say
you came up with these questions.
No, they're the same. I mean, they're the same. Everything is low key like everything is hand in hand.
Oh, I see.
Everything is hand in hand. So I don't know, because like he said, we made a metal song and then we made a pop song. So I feel like the metal fans are so excited, and then I feel like the pop people, and then we even made country, man. When we make country, them people almost tear up. It make me more happy than it make them, because I'm excited that they enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, I think every song is for somebody. So just tune in. We're going to get y'all the music, man. We're gonna make sure that everybody has it.
Yep.
Awesome. If you had one message to give to your fans, what would it be?
You asked that question. He's already
No, it's thank you, goddammit. It's thank you. If I had one thing to say to our fans, it's thank you, because y'all don't know how powerful y'all support is for us. Because we know we're dope musicians. We know we love music, but to see the people actually respect it and enjoy it, that's the best reward. So I want to say thank you, man, for real, because y'all don't got to come to none of our shows. Y'all don't got to pay for none of our T-shirts. Y'all don't got to show that y'all love any of our T-shirts. None of that.
But you do.
They do, man, and we love y'all, man, and we appreciate that. So we want to say thank you, first of all.
Absolutely.
Man, for real.
Well, that's great. Let's wrap up a little bit here. Where are you guys performing next?
All right. Next, we have the Happy Grape. That's in November. But the next show that we actually want to promote big time is the Electric Company for December 6th.
Okay.
They have some great bands coming in, from what I'm told, from like national touring bands.
Yeah, they have you've played there?
No, we've been trying to get in, and
best
we got
sound system in the county.
Awesome.
It's unreal. When my band played there, I was blown away by how beautiful everything sounded. And the guy that I met, I can't remember his name, but he's one of the owners. I think they're
Colton?
2 or 3. I don't remember the.
I've been messaging back and forth with Colton. He's given us a shot, so we got a shout out for him. And
he told me it was full service, and I brought everything anyway because I don't really know what that means. It's full service for everything. All you really need to bring is your instrument. They will take care of literally everything else. It is unbelievable. That place is awesome. Definitely wear earplugs if you're going to be a fan, because it gets loud.
All right. But yeah, December 6th, just remember, if you want tickets and stuff like that, get online, hit us up. We'll have a bunch of tickets for sale. We've been selling them already, and we don't even have them.
Instagram, I told you _ the name of the band. You can follow me on Instagram, Keys and Dope. You can follow Skiptacular. You know what I'm saying? Get to know us, man. We love y'all, man. We appreciate y'all, man. Shout out again to my man, Noah, man. Shout out to Mansfield as a whole, man. I see that y'all city loves art, man, and I appreciate that, man, because where I'm from, you know, it's thin in between, you know what I'm saying? But it's good to appreciate the artists, because the artists are the food of the city. You know what I'm saying? You eat off them. You desire that. You know what I'm saying? The people, everybody love the music. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Mansfield, man. Keep doing y'all thing, man. I know it get rough, but keep doing y'all thing.
Well, thanks, man. And thank you guys so much for coming in. I told you, great interview. I really appreciate both of your time. Thanks for coming in to the Open Mic Podcast.
Hey, thanks for hitting us up, Noah.